Hey everyone, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk The Mandalorian. And we're already here at episode 7 of the latest season, the penultimate episode of the season, and it feels like we need to get serious. Last episode, let's face it, it was a bit of a diversion for the first 80% of the episode. We had a fun buddy cop adventure on this new planet. We got a bunch of big name cameos. We got to see lots of droids and aliens. But what the episode boiled down to is the Darksaber is Bo-Katan's now. And she has her old fleet backing her up now. She defeated Axe Woves, and it seems like she has them behind her now. They view her as the rightful ruler of Mandalore. I don't know if we send them on their way to Navarro, where they can meet up with the Armorer and the rest of the Children of the Watch. I don't know if we start sending Mandalorians to Mandalore itself. Do we keep finding more Mandalorians out there? What comes next? But it's the name of the show, The Mandalorian, so I figure that's what we're up to for the duration of this season. So I'm eager to jump into it, see how it all shakes down, see what surprises may lay in wait. So let's get into it, guys. This is episode 7, chapter 23 of The Mandalorian. Wow, where are we? Oh, recognize the back of that head, I think. That's our ex-Imperial. So we're on Coruscant. It just feels like Blade Runner or Neuromancer. Don't normally see it raining on Coruscant. So now we get to find out whether there's an ex-Imperial cell here. Oh, it's a frickin' probe droid. The New Republic is using probe droids? Or is this
TK2755?
Yeah. Of course the New Republic isn't using them. This is like
Sir, I'm afraid the pirates have run into trouble on Navarro.
Didn't you suggest that the New Republic would not be sending support?
They didn't.
It wasn't the New Republic. Bo-Katan Kryze led a squadron of Mandalorians alongside Din Djarin and his covert.
Those two factions are sworn enemies.
Which is why I contacted you with haste.
I shall deal with our Mandalorian friends.
He's back. Ooh. Who are these? What are these? Is this some sort of model of Death Trooper? What do we got here? Yeah, we're still cloning.
If we are perceived as anything other than a group of unorganized remnant warlords, the New Republic will increase their efforts to hunt us down.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Admiral Thrawn's return will herald in the reemergence of our military and provide Commandant Hux enough time to deliver on Project Necromancer.
We're directly tying into the sequel trilogies.
Grand Admiral Thrawn is missing from your delegation. Any word on when he will be able to participate in the Shadow Council? Secrets are my stock in trade. I hear whispers from one end of the galaxy to another, and never a word of Thrawn. Perhaps it's time we look to new leadership.
Here.
I also hear whispers, Gideon. You held Pershing and were attempting your own experiments on Navarro.
The creation of clones is your obsession, not mine.
A resurgent in Mandalore would hamper our efforts.
Which is why we need to stamp them out now.
This is awesome. This is why they delayed this episode a week until after Star Wars Celebration.
Long live the Empire!
Long live the Empire!
This ties into new movie announcements. This ties into the Ahsoka trailer. This we'll talk a lot afterwards, guys, because this is exciting.
An Imperial shuttle is advancing over the city.
Who is this? Look at them all. Okay, no, this is all Mandalore.
It was an Imperial ship. Look at the markings.
Oh, that's badass.
Mandalorian private.
The giant mythosaur skull. Man. Looks so good. This is going to be interesting. Bo-Katan's fleet. Meet the Children of the Watch. Oh, man.
I hope these two groups get along. They've never met.
They need a common leader, Bo. It's like shirts and skins, except it's helmets and heads. Oh? No, they're coming off helmets on with respect. Yep. Helmets off. This is tense. I know it's going to be fine, but man, is it tense.
Welcome, fellow Mandalorians. Let us prepare a feast for our guests.
Okay.
Mando!
Man, I didn't know you could stare daggers through a helmet. Oh, we got him working. Oh, target acquired. Are we? Oh, he's being driven. This is fun.
What did you do to IG-11?
No, that's IG-12 now.
Oh,
The pilot provides cognition.
Yes.
different. IG-12. Okay.
Bad baby. Oh, it's crazy.
Bad baby.
Well, he's too little to operate this.
But let's see if he fits.
Oh my God, are we gonna put Grogu in IG-12? We're giving him... Oh my God. Oh my God. This is awesome and adorable and crazy, and it's gonna sell so many toys.
Maybe when he's older.
No.
What do
Oh,
you mean, no?
he talks.
No.
I think he's saying he's old enough to operate it.
Yes.
Get him out of there.
No.
No, at least let him try it at my office.
Yes.
Hey,
Bad baby. Ah. Okay, okay.
Yes.
yes, what?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Is that all we...
Yes. 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 Yes.
Baby's first word.
Yes. 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 Yes.
This isn't working for me.
Oh, what creatures are we spit roasting? Okay. Tensions are high. Guards are up.
It is time to retake our homeworld. We'll scout the surface, find out what remains of the Great Forge, and establish a safe perimeter. I need volunteers from both tribes.
Well, this is going to be Axe and Paz and Saska and
I will
obviously Din.
Grogu as well.
I will go.
I will go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will go.
Yeah.
I will go.
Oh, we're getting
I will go.
we're getting more. Love it.
I will go as well.
Nice. We have a few that may be expendable, unfortunately. They're people we don't know. Thanks, Navarro, but bye. Why do I love that giant logo on the bottom of the ship so much? It's awesome. Is Grogu just gonna live in IG-12 now? I love how Spartan these dropships are. Okay, much the same as the first time.
It's worse than I thought.
I was here when it happened.
Nice, nice. Are we going to have new threats or just more of what we had the last time we were here? We need to give Grogu more vocabulary choices than yes, no.
Form up.
What is it? Oh. What? What is this? It's like a pirate skiff or something, but it's just a surface vehicle. Are they Mandalorian survivors?
We do?
Have they been here since?
Is that the voice of Lady Bo-Katan Kryze?
It is?
Who do we have here?
We knew you would not forsake us, Lady Bo-Katan.
I need an explanation.
They punished us as a warning to the whole galaxy because we refused to surrender.
That's not true. I did surrender. I met with Moff Gideon. The ISB had reached out to me to negotiate a ceasefire.
That's how he got the Darksaber in the first place.
All remaining cities and Mandalorian lives were to be spared.
But she was betrayed.
I didn't trust him, but it was the only chance I had to save our people. And then he betrayed me, and we were helpless to resist the purge of Mandalore. Mandalore has always been too powerful for any enemy to defeat. It is always our own division that destroys us.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, there's some nice connective tissue we just got there. She surrendered. Wow.
We'll rebuild it. Isn't that our history?
I don't know if I can keep everyone together. And this blade is all I have to unify our people.
What means more to me is honor, and loyalty, and character. These are the reasons I serve you, Lady Kryze. Your song is not yet written. I will serve you until it is.
Wow. He said it out loud. You got the sense, but he's her loyal knight. Why do I have a funny feeling the armor is going to take her helmet off?
These here are too weak to continue. I will ferry them back to the fleet in the morning.
Agreed. Those of you who are well enough can join us in the search for the Great Forge.
We can do better than that.
I can show you where it is.
We can bring you there.
Oh. Now we're without a ship on the surface. This is dangerous. And why do I feel Gideon's going to be up here?
You can't move an enforcer like that.
It's a flank jump.
But only the wing guard can flank jump.
Oh, they've got different rules.
These primitives make up their own rules for everything.
Submit or fight.
Okay. I mean, I know fighting's part of the culture.
It was bound to happen sooner or later.
Someone needs to submit before someone dies. Oh. Oh. Oh.
You taught your apprentice well.
You didn't learn that from me.
With the nod and everything. The knowing nod. Wow.
Come
I'm
in,
worried.
Fleet Command.
Worried about this.
We read you?
Prepare to receive rescued survivors.
Copy, Gauntlet.
On the starboard bow!
What do we got? Whoa. What is it? Whoa. Holy crap. It's Godzilla. Whoa! It's like a giant ankylosaurus. The massive club tail. Wow. This is crazy. Is the mythosaur gonna come in and save the day?
Need to go further down. Go, go, go.
Where's the dinosaur? Has it just gone back to sleep?
This is what's left of the Great Forge. The fires have been extinguished since the bombings.
Jetpacks.
More survivors.
Whoa. No.
Those aren't Mandalorians.
No. That's Gideon and his troops. They're in Beskar armor? Is that what they said? It would make sense. We know Gideon took a ton. Oh. Break out the Darksaber already. Come on. We can do it. Come on, Bo. Break it out.
Okay, kid. You've got to keep up.
Yep. I feel like they're being led into a trap here. Ambush. No. Whoa.
What is this place?
It's the Imperial base. Holy shit.
It's an ambush.
Yeah. Gideon's been using Mandalore as his base. Is he just in on the other side of the door? Oh! Look at his helmet. Oh!
Disarm him.
Oh, wow.
You were a talented people, but your time has passed. Mandalore will live on in me. Why don't we take your fleet off the board while we still have the element of surprise? Activate the interceptors and bombers.
No!
Oh man, seeing them up close from the ground like this. We still haven't broken up the Darksaber. Come on.
Surrender the Darksaber and tell these people that this planet is mine.
Never. She's not going to do it twice.
Kill them!
Oh man.
Move out!
Move out! Fall back! I'll cover the rear!
Oh, Paz isn't going to make it. He might not even fit through the hole, but he's going to lay down his life to save everyone. Oh man, he's...
Come on! We're not leaving you behind!
Go!
Whoa.
No!
This is the way.
Oh, you frickin' hero, man. God damn. His gun's overheating. Did he get them all? No. Oh, man. Just his knife and his shield. Man. Damn. Wow. The music's really understated this week in the end credits compared to how it normally is. Or it at least feels like it is. It just feels like we had to mourn Paz for a minute there. Awesome episode. what a turnabout from last episode. And I don't know how many of you have been following Star Wars Celebration. It's been happening in London the last 4 or 5 days. Tons of new announcements about coming projects. Just a great fan experience. One day I'm going to go to Celebration. I know I have to. I haven't yet had the honor and the privilege, but one day I'm going to for sure. But I have been following along online with all the announcements and stuff. And one of the really interesting things that you can pick up is you probably know Ahsoka's coming. There's also a new show called Skeleton Crew coming, and they all take place simultaneous with Mandalorian, with the Book of Boba Fett. It's the Filoni-verse. He's carved out this little segment between Return of the Jedi and Episode 7 where there's a ton of interesting stories, and we're following those. But one of the major announcements from Celebration was that Dave Filoni is going to be directing a live-action movie, and it's going to take place in the same time. And it feels like, if I was to guess, the big bad of that movie is going to be Grand Admiral Thrawn. And we're going to be pulling in cast from Mandalorian, from Ahsoka, maybe from Skeleton Crew, maybe Boba Fett, in an effort to defeat Grand Admiral Thrawn. Beyond that, it's all like, that's guesswork. Beyond that, who freaking knows? But what it means is, when you see this stuff in a show, when you see stuff in a show like The Mandalorian that doesn't necessarily seem to fit right away, like what was it about the pirates, in the first episode of this season? It just felt like that was really random. Well, apparently those pirates are going to connect to Skeleton Crew. We mentioned Grand Admiral Thrawn again. When we overheard Gideon and his Shadow Council having their meeting. Thrawn has been promised to this Shadow Council of still loyal imperialists eager to bring back the Empire. And nobody's seen him yet. But he's been promised, and he will be coming. What feels like random warlords out there, Imperial holdouts, is in fact an organized effort. But Gideon and the others, they're doing their best to not show their hand yet. And Gideon's hand is incredibly strong, stronger than we may have thought. In fact, his base is on Mandalore at the Great Forge, or near the Great Forge, and he sees the merits of this old Jedi, of this old Mandalorian society. He also sees the merits of the Jedis, of the clones, and he's trying to create an army with the best of all of it. Give them Mandalorian armor, give them Jedi weapons, clone the best soldiers, and equip them all equally. It's a grand plan. It's a frightening antagonist that we have to deal with right now. I'm genuinely curious to see whether we defeat Gideon at the end of this season, or whether he remains as the major adversary for this show, or in incoming seasons. How many more seasons are there of The Mandalorian? But man, so many things happened in this episode. I don't even know where to start. Let's start back on Navarro. We introduced the Children of the Watch, who are a faction of Night Watch. Come to Navarro. Children of Watch were already at Navarro, but the Night Owls, Bo-Katan's fleet, came, and obviously this tense meeting of tribes, but the Armorer and Bo-Katan prevailed, and tempers were kept cool, and there was a feast, and a plan to retake Mandalore is launched. But before we leave Navarro, well, why not? Let's introduce IG-12, which is IG-11 without all his internal processing. He's now a walker for Grogu, and Grogu finally gets to talk, but only in the affirmative and the negative. The yes, the no, 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 yes, 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 as he's walking, when he finally, Uh, that toy is going to sell off. It's going to fly off the shelves when somebody makes that, and I'll probably be buying a 6 scale of that whenever it happens. Because oh my god, is it cool! Um, I have my IG-11. I have Grogu's. So maybe I can carve the chest out of him and put a Grogu in there, or maybe I'll have to wait. I don't know. But then we go to Mandalore. And before we find a way down to the Great Forge, we make our way across the surface and we find this survivalist tribe of Mandalorians who've never left. They stayed on the planet during the Night of a Thousand Tears, during the Great Purge, evading the Empire by migrating across the surface. And they've hung on, but barely. Many of them are sick. The fanciest equipment they have is what amounts to a sailboat, but they know their way around. And hearing their story was enough for us to hear more, enough to prompt Bo-Katan to tell more of hers. And this is some really interesting lore that I didn't know personally, and I'm not sure anybody knew. But Bo-Katan surrendered willfully to Moff Gideon as a last-ditch effort to save her people. And he betrayed her. She surrendered the Darksaber to him. They disarmed themselves, and then they were wiped out. And she admitted that she surrendered. And I mean, it hasn't been spelled out in Mandalorian culture, but it feels like an incredible sin. And yet, all these different factions at the table, no one was outraged. Maybe there was disappointment, but I think there was also understanding. Din pledged his servitude to Bo. That's why I serve you. Yeah. It's kind of felt like that for a while. You know what? I think there's some people who watched this show, watched it in the first couple of seasons, and they anticipated that maybe Din would in fact be the Mandalorian that would reunite Mandalorians and retake Mandalore, and he would be the new ruler. But I don't think we've ever got a sense from Din that was ever what he wanted. He's never shown any ambition in that way. He's always been much more concerned about being a good ally and being a good father. And clearly Bo-Katan is a Mandalorian he can support with all of his ability. And he came out and said it this episode, and I think that didn't just touch me, you could see it touched Bo-Katan when she heard it too. I don't think she realized she had that level of loyalty and allegiance. But considering Din is is Children of the Watch, it lends possibility that she may garner that much support from everyone here, and that bears out as the battle below Mandalore starts. People continue to listen to her commands, and Paz Vizsla, man, he laid down his life so that Bo could lead all the Mandalorians to safety, or at least temporary safety, but not before Gideon captures Din, before he launches his fleet to attack the Mandalorian fleet in orbit. Now, in orbit, we do have the Armorer. She took back the sick survivors, and we have Axe Woves. He's taken off for backup, but I don't believe we've got a ship on the surface because the Armorer took it. But and can we communicate from the surface to orbit? I don't think we can. I think or maybe they're low enough in orbit that interference isn't an issue. But we got an uphill battle starting next episode. But as much as we have Bo and Axe and the Armorer and Soska out on the surface and in orbit, fighting Gideon's fleet of interceptors and bombers, I hope we get our our fight between Din and Gideon at the base. And we didn't. I didn't see Grogu leave. Now he may have gone through the hole. I don't see IG-12 being a good croucher. I wouldn't be blown away if Grogu in IG-12 is still somewhere down in that base, hiding, waiting to make his move to help Din. Maybe even to rescue Din. Maybe Grogu needs a bit of payback against Gideon. So many cool new things we see this episode. There's this giant dinosaur on the surface of Mandalore that I'm sure we've never seen before, but you don't introduce that temporarily for it to not come back. We've already seen the mythosaur. Are we going to get this giant kaiju battle between mythosaur and, I don't know what we want to call the one we saw today? Gideon's further equipped his armor with this Beskar helmet with a bit of crown to it. I love the reveal of the giant mythosaur skull on the bottom of the Night Owl's light cruiser. So cool seeing a logo that massive. I don't think we've ever seen a logo that massive on anything in Star Wars, and it just feels good. Looks so cool. This episode restored my complete faith in this series. I was optimistic that Jon Favreau knew what he was doing with this series. There felt a few episodes this season felt out of place, weird tone, but I'm not surprised, and I'm happy to report that we are on track for a kick-ass season finale. This episode was nothing but tense and thrilling and fun without ever crossing the line into silly. We got close there with Grogu and IG-12, but we didn't cross that line, and we got right back to the seriousness of Mandalorian infighting. How cool was it that Grogu broke up the fight between Paz and Axe? Like, just how cool was that? And that they respected him enough to listen. Like, how freaking cool is that? Things you never thought you'd see even an episode ago. But it makes you wonder, like, Grogu knows how to communicate. He just doesn't have the vocal ability yet, it would appear. Like, well, he at least knows yes and no very well. And I feel like if you gave him a more complicated verbal tool, he could say a lot more through IG-12. It's so cool. It's so cool. I cannot wait for next week. I can't wait for the season finale. It's going to be so much fun. Thank you guys so much for spending a little time with me here today on Neil Talks. Yeah. Thanks for doing all the fun algorithm things. YouTube seems to enjoy that. And until next week, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.